Liberia is participating in the 30th session of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change here in Berlin, Brazil. As we participate in this section, we will be hearing from the Executive Director, Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yakawolo, and other key stakeholders that have come to ensure action is actually on the ground. So with this, let's tune in to the Executive Director first, and then we'll move into other stakeholders.
This is the Conference of the Party 30 here in Berlin. Liberia is here. I'm here joining with, of course, the Deputy Minister for Finance, Depozo, and others. We are here to showcase Liberia. Liberia is the third lung of the world. The first being the Amazon, the second is the Congo Basin, the third is the Upper Guinea Forest. So we are here to showcase that we are doing well for the climate in terms of the amount of carbon that we absorb. So whenever we're discussing climate change and the impact, whether mitigation or adaptation, Liberia's voice is very important. We are here to showcase Liberia. So one of the first things we're going to be doing here is to show this atlas. It's called the Natural Capital Atlas of Liberia. We have prepared this book to be able to showcase the richness of our country, biodiversity, climate change, mitigation, culture, heritage, and everything about Liberia, making Liberia a place of investment. So that when you go through the atlas, you're able to read different aspects of Liberia, our mangrove system, our rich forests, different kinds of animals, just everything about Liberia is captured here. We're going to be launching that. Another one we'll be doing here will be to also launch our nationally determined contribution, that NDC 3.0. Basically, what is in that document is that by 2035, we'll have cut emission by 64%, with 10% being unconditional and 54% being conditioned on international support. We are here to showcase also the arrest agenda for inclusive development. That's the document that the government has developed to be able to make Liberia to be a middle income country by 2029, 2030. So we are here to showcase all of these and then be able to, as I said, push for greater level of climate finance to support developing countries like Liberia. The launch of the Allies and the NDC 3.0 will be on the 10th, that's November 10, 2025, here in Berlin. The time is 2 p.m. At the Liberian Pavilion. This is the second time for Liberia to be hosting a pavilion. I think the first one was in Dubai, and then last year we did not have any, but this year is so much organized because a lot of activities will be going on in the pavilion to be able to showcase Liberia. So the launch will be of the Allies will be on Monday, that's November 10 at 2 p.m. at the Liberia Pavilion. At the launch, we'll have cross-section of dignitaries, but I also want to emphasize that the Allies itself is done by the EPA with support from UNDP and other partners. So my friend and brother, Mr. Aliu Dia, will be there. My friend here, the Minister of Finance, will be there on Roseau. We'll also have a cross-section of Liberians. We'll have folks from the UNFCCC, some climate change negotiators from across Africa. We're also expecting the folks from Canada to also join us. So it's going to be a beautiful event.
I'm glad that the Liberian community have come together, especially the government of Liberia and our development partner, particularly the UNDP, the World Bank, the IMF, to give support for climate finance initiative in Liberia. As we assemble here in Berlin, one major issue we'll be looking at today is the fact that Liberia is going to be showcased with a pavilion that will give us the architecture of our climate financing and also the opportunity we have with our rainforest nation, which of course is very much important to prepare Liberia for climate initiative. One major thing that there is that this gathering also articulates what we have in our agenda for inclusive development. The AARD is very much key, and the president's ambition is to ensure that Liberia benefits from the rainforest it has. Another important thing is that we are going to be having the opportunity where we produce a video that will also inform the world about Liberia tourism sector, which of course is also investment potential, and also looking at what we call a blue carbon initiative in Liberia. These are all the areas that we have to use as an entry point for our negotiation. Most importantly, as we speak today, Liberia is in the position to go to the World Bank to access some financing opportunity, and also to the IMF to see what we call resilient climate facility, which is prepared for adaptation and mitigation development in Liberia. This is very much urgent and important because climate change has become a serious development issue globally, contemporarily. Besides it being in terms of disaster management, we need to look at climate change more from a development perspective that it impacts the livelihood of the poor people. And with a rainforest nation like Liberia, it is important to be able to access all resources it takes to foster development in terms of how we prepare for adaptation financing, mitigation programs that will be able to enhance productivity of the economy. Looking at Liberia as a country that has 43% of the Guinea forest, it's also important that we come up with innovative financing strategy where at the end of the day, as a country, we can be able to issue green bond for countries to be able to access financing for our development. Meaning looking at area energy, infrastructure, road, and also transportation across the country. That is something that the AARD has addressed, and we are looking forward to working with development partners to ensure that we implement this within the 4-year period of our development program.
When we set off to strengthen the EPA and set up the environmental sector straight in Liberia, we are getting overwhelming support. And anytime we try to do anything, we get a whole government, a whole society support. This is represented by the Honorable Minister even joining us to elevate our voices. For instance, one of the instruments we signed up while we've been here is the Tropical Forest Forever Facility. It's been proposed by the government of Brazil. It's a $125 billion proposal. The goal is to keep the forest standing. We are arguing that since the forest is saving the world, people need to be paid to keep that forest standing so as to support their livelihood. So the TFFF is called, which we have signed it as the government in Liberia. We have endorsed that, and that is going in full swing. I think it was launched yesterday or day before yesterday. And so we are just very humble, gratified, happy that even anytime we do work like this, the Honorable Minister at the also is always with us, somebody who is very passionate about the development of Liberia, helping us with the financial links and everything that's supposed to go on to get it straight so we are on the right path. I'm very humble. Look at the overwhelming support. First, when the President of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yoman Boakai, there are instances where we face with certain difficulties, we go to him directly. He says to me, go and enforce the law and apply the environmental law. I think that's very important to get that higher support. But even our international relationship, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Sarah Yanti, she's very responsive to our activities at the EPA, helping us to navigate the international terrain. That's very important. But also the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Kafuan, he's also been very, very supportive to our work, as well as Rudolph Marat, Honorable, I can call him my father, at the FDA. But civil society, I mean, the people are many to name all, right? What are public work? What are our board and our board chair? What are the Central Bank of Liberia and governor? We get a whole of society support, even from the development partners, from our friends in the UNDP, to our friends from Canada who have been supporting us, the World Bank, Save the Children. Just, it's difficult to name everyone, but we want to be very appreciative to all of them. Anybody who is helping Liberia, who is helping the EPA and the government, both in country and outside the country, we say thank you for your work. I think the country is on the right path, and eventually we will get there.